Hey everyone, Mia here again. If you're an entrepreneur like myself, you know that business is busy and there are so many points of interest such as sales, marketing, customer service, management. The list goes on and it's so easy for us as entrepreneurs to find ourselves overwhelmed and stressed out. So if that's you, don't worry. In today's video, I'm going to share my best tips to help you get calm, in control, and reclaim your focus. Let's go ahead and get started. So to kind of talk about how we can overcome business overwhelm, let me give you a story that isn't really related to business, but I'll equate it to it in just a minute. So something that was really stressful for me was having to keep my house clean. And the reason why I didn't just find a housekeeper is because I didn't spend the time to go and search for one. And so I just kept that stressful, hey, I'm gonna clean my house and juggle being a mom, being a business owner and all those things. And it probably took me a year before I sat down, found somebody on care.com. Now she's been with me for, 6 months or so. And she comes twice a week, cleans my house, and it's been the best thing ever. But I think as business owners, we do that same thing. We just get stuck in that grind, and then we never take a step back to say, why am I overwhelmed? What can I do to, simplify my life, simplify my business? And so in this video, I want to spend less about managing time, and I think you'll see this as a trend in a lot of my videos, but more about leveraging time. How can we be smarter with our time? So if you look at all the high achievers that are really successful in business, you will find that they are masters of their time. They know how to put one input in and get 100 inputs out by leveraging other people, buying their time, creating automations, creating systems, creating processes. There's so many things that go into helping you with the overwhelm. But as entrepreneurs, sometimes we get fear of the unknown, we comfortable with what we know, and we're not willing to kind of venture and take risks into that next level, the next phase of business. And so a lot of my videos, I talk about different phases of business. And so you kind of have to know where you're at in business and then what's required to get into the next phase. And that'll kind of help push you over the edge to get you uncomfortable. A lot of entrepreneurs I meet with are really apprehensive to buy their time. They're always looking for the cheapest way to get help, and then they're having to micromanage a lot of it because these aren't A players. A lot of times you're having to go and tell them what to do, and it's kind of this consistent rat race that happens, elevating yourself to the next level. And I talk a lot about creating sustainable companies. There's this trend now as entrepreneurs to create businesses where I think it was a lifestyle entrepreneur craze that kind of started it, where I can work wherever, whenever I want. And it forced us to have that mentality too early, I think, where we need to really dig in, get into the trenches, be willing to do the hard things, and set our business up for success so that you can leave for 3 months and not only will your business be alive, but it'll actually grow without you. And that's kind of my goal in these videos, is to create sustainable, scalable, and replicable companies. Companies that, again, can grow without you. And the trend is, I'm a lifestyle entrepreneur, but really what it is you're a glorified employee that now runs a company. So the key to less business overwhelm is really, like I said, leveraging your time. So if you think about what leverage is, if you put, again, one input in, you can maybe get 10, 100, 200 inputs out. So what is it that you could do that will make your business more efficient, more effective in what you're doing? So one way to do that is decreasing something in our business we call gap days, or how much you can actually get done in a day as well. A lot of times we'll say, oh, I'll get that done in a week, or I'll get that done in 2 weeks. But I always want to challenge us to be like, is there something we could do daily that's consistent? Alex Hormozy talks about this 100 rule, where 100 phone calls, 100 cold emails, 100 direct messages and social. If you did that every day, how much would your business grow? A lot of times we're not willing to be consistent and do those daily things. Now that doesn't have to be you. When I talk about having to do those micro commitments every single day, you can have somebody else do that. Now in the early stages of business, I recommend as much as you can do to flesh out the vision and the process, the better, and then have somebody start to take that over. And when you create this efficiency of time, really two magical things happen in your company. One is you're going to increase the value to the customer because you're able to do more quicker. And one of the ways to increase value for customers is to actually deliver value in a shorter amount of time. You think about Uber, you think about Amazon, you think about Netflix. Those were successful because we had instant gratification, instant value for what we're doing in our company. So similarly, we want to do that in our business. If we can shrink the amount of time it takes, we'll increase our customer value, which increases our customer retention, our referral rates, so many other things. It just creates that snowball effect, and you're not having to work so hard in your business. So again, this equates back to business overwhelm because you're doing the daily consistent things and the right consistent things. If you're doing it in the wrong area, but you're consistent, it's not going to help you out. So really understanding what you need to do when is really critical in your company. And the second piece of why these micro commitments are important is this is really how wealth is built. Again, like I said, the most successful people in business are the ones that have mastered their time, have understand how to get more output from less of their input. So you think about the correlation between time and money, right? Anybody can go get a job and they put in X hours and they get X amount of money. So there's a correlation between time and money. But in business, we have the ability to buy our time. And so if you put in X amount of time, if you hire other people to do some of the things you were doing, you now have leverage and you have less overwhelm. Same thing with automations or process. I always talk about 3 areas of systems in business: people, process, and technology. By focusing on all 3 of those and making it a holistic balance of all 3, that is what can get your business really creating a system that is gonna take more off your plate to where you don't have to make every decision and think through all the different areas of your business. So we just focused on return on time. And what I mean by that is how much do you put in of your time and how much do you get out? We put a lot of focus on return on investment, and that's really associated with more money. A lot of times we think of it as, right? So I want us to first think of how can I get a return on my time? And then that'll equate to getting naturally a return on your investment. Before we dive into more of the qualitative side of having less business overwhelm, if you like this video, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. And if you want to find out how to put your business on autopilot and grow faster and easier than you ever have before, while actually freeing up your time, then this is the channel for you. We'll be sharing videos about how to get your business to run without you, so you can do what you're best at by using my unique team sourcing methodology and my impact equation that can really determine what phase of business you're in and what's required to get you into the next phase. So if you want to find out how to attract and retain the best team, again, this is for you. Want to find out which areas you need to put staff in first and how to find them? This is for you. Want to become one of the few business owners who ends up growing a company that sets them free rather than traps them in a golden cage? Then this video is for you as well. So please like this video, subscribe to the channel, and share with any of your friends that you think will benefit the most. Now let's get back to the video. So if you've watched a lot of my videos, you know I bring a lot of the purpose, values, and vision components into business. I think it's a forgotten thing. I love data, I love systems, I love metrics, but I always try to bring in that side as well. And so in this segment of the video, I'm gonna talk about more of the qualitative side of things. If you think about value, money is not the only way to produce value. So I'll read this quote to you by Ayn Rand, and it says, "Happiness is that state of consciousness which proceeds from the achievement of one's values." And so if you're really trying to create happiness in business, really the opposite of overwhelm is probably happiness in your business, right? Then we have to get back to those roots of like, what is important to me? And I talk a lot about passion. How do you keep that passion alive? And one way to do that is really understanding the vision you have for your company, the values that you're grounded upon, what you stand behind, understanding why you do what you do in your business, like your purpose. Knowing all of those foundational elements of your business is gonna help you get through the tough times. Because business is hard. There's no magic pill that's gonna take all that away. But as you start to understand that business is about solving problems and you know what you're rooted on, like I don't have a lot of stressful days anymore. I might get riled up and fired up on something that's going on, but I don't like, oh my goodness, why is this happening to me? Like, I guess I've been through so much now. And I always kind of joke that I also had a crazy mother-in-law that like gave me a tough skin. I've learned to really understand how to navigate people, how to get the toxic people out of my life, and how to associate with the good people, and having a really great executive team around me. Those are the things that have really empowered me to really push to the next level and get uncomfortable. Having the right people around me, knowing what I stand for, and really having a clear vision of where we want to go. Again, we don't want to just play the game of business, but we want to change the game of business. What I mean by that is that if you have passion, you can literally innovate and create things that impact the lives of other people that you might have never thought you could do. And that's really what I'm trying to do in this videos, is elevate the bar of what we're doing as employers, as business owners. So how we serve our customers, how we treat our employees, how we treat our vendors, all of those things matter. And if we can do that, we can elevate to a much higher level in our life and in our business. So to kind of wrap this all together, instead of just crunching the numbers on an ROI for your business first, I want you to first ask, is this good for me? Is this thing that I'm about to do good for me? Am I passionate about it? Is it something that, a direction that I want to go in my business? Because again, business is too hard not to be passionate about what you're doing. I have plenty of other videos you can go and watch about passion and how to keep that passion alive, but that's really kind of some key elements to really the business overwhelm down. And you can really get to a point where again, you can tackle everything that comes your way and you're just kind of sorting off all the pressures that come your way. And it's super cool because you get to where you're not that stressed anymore. I have huge things that come at me every day, and when you have the right people around you, you have the right values around you, it's just amazing. So if you want to go deeper into this time aspect and leveraging your time, I'm actually putting on a free 5-day VIP event that is literally around mastering your time and leveraging your time. So if you want to really dive in that with me, you can go to mastermindmytime.com. And again, it's a 5-day event. It's not a lot of time each day, so you'll be able to fit it into your everyday life, but it's huge value add, free gifts each day. I just really want to serve entrepreneurs and give you the tools that you need to be successful. And so I'm giving away tons of stuff for free. That's really my goal here, is to set you up for success so that you know what you need. So again, you can go to mastermindmytime.com if you really want to deep dive with me on having less business overwhelm in your life. And the link will be in the description. So again, mastermindmytime.com, link is in the description.